Yo, okay, we are back with another day of trading. I have been doing pretty good with this trading stuff. I mean, at least staying somewhat consistent. I'm really proud of myself for that. Meds, as I'm randomly seeing, is actually looking pretty good, especially with the daily marks. I mean, wait, let me see what this looks like. But hey, it looks pretty good actually. Pretty decent relative volume. I mean, we're gonna stay on this for a bit. Meds. We're approaching our 10th YouTube video, and for those of you that don't know, one task that I have for this is to get to 10 YouTube videos uploaded and finalized, and we are sitting around about 6, I believe. So we're through. We're almost there, is what I meant to say. Let's get myself situated. Over the last night, Ethereum and Bitcoin have just gone through the roof completely. Ethereum is sitting at 3,300 and Bitcoin is sitting at 47,000. It's it makes sense. I mean, crypto does fluctuate like that, like crazy. I'm looking at the pre-market, and there was 2 stocks that moved substantially. I still have to figure out the situation with trading during school. The top gainer right now is HYMC. I mean, we've seen this stock like a million times. Looks pretty good. It's a really nice chart. I mean, it is an after hours trade. Let's see what this is showing me. It's saying no outstanding volume. It is 20% up. It could be good in the after hours. I mean, at least in the open. And I'm noticing that in bear markets, the chance of something moving in the pre-market does slim down by a substantial margin, like by a huge margin. Now, also, I will be reviewing these videos, and for me to say something outstanding, or no more necessarily my actual live trading if I do decide to live trade today. I still have to look over something that Ray Teo said, which is a way to trade where I trade with almost all of my position size, with almost all my capital, but I keep the stop loss at a 1 to 2% minimum. I have to work around the corrections of how I want to do that. So I'm going to put this down as stop loss method, because I want to see how I want to do that exactly. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, I already have the lines on this stock. So FRLN is another mover of today. It does that in the after hours, I see. No anything on the 30-minute. I mean, it's substantial. Looks like it's sitting above resistance. Now, actually, on meds, I want to see what's the outstanding red volume, if there is any anywhere. We'll look on the daily and see what is, okay, the most outstanding one is a $3 range. Actually, this one hit all-time highs. And this, it's a low of $6, and it's currently trading at a third of that, so that's not my concern. This one is, okay, I see. And now past this point, we have a little bit at the $5 mark. Jeez. Okay. Yo. Shit. Okay. That was that. Bless me. Oh, that's crazy. The only thing that I can see substantially outstanding is at the $2.30 range. Okay, yeah, that makes about sense. It's the only thing with substantial red volume. But there does seem to indicate some sort of large seller force, at least give or take in this area. I'm not sure if this is an accumulation distribution situation, and I did want to ask someone in particular, this would be a key moment to remember, if there is a trading strategy based on accumulation and distribution, because I am noticing that, wait, no, this is 100% a support level, because volume comes down, well, the stock trades down, it does doji, which does make sense, but it does stay consistent out of this level. So I will definitely be drawing a line here, and it most definitely is hard support. Yeah, most definitely. What's this price level? 313. No. Now, what do I predict is going to happen out of this? If I am noticing that there is substantial green volume, if there is a substantial battle for the upside, and it is going for an upside war, we have seen the stock move pretty well. That's what it's like on a weekly. Well, it is not the best. Oh, well, that's because it's not that. Stock is everywhere. Not very consistent in anything. Only looks decent on the daily. I do see a substantial upturn, especially because this is not relative at all. And this is what? If it's a hammer, then it's towards the upside, because that means that the price opens here, goes all the way back down, it still comes back up. So there's substantial buyer force. Because these are relative. These are substantially relative. But these aren't at all. Now, this is more or less relative. This really isn't. But now I want to make an experiment, and I want to buy 5 shares of Med. Actually, no, we could buy 10 shares of this, and we're gonna hold this for a week and see if this prediction lays out, because this does seem like pretty good. So we're gonna buy 10 shares of Med, but I'm confused that if it does look this good, why would you not have anything in the pre-market? Now, what would be my stop loss? And this is the development on the daily. So we have it roundabout here, right? So where do I want to have my stop loss? I want to have it right below the trend. So let's say $211 seems about right. And our projected, the only substantial volume I see here is at this level. Okay, so it's already at that level. The only other one with resistance of any kind is at $4. So we're looking for a 2x return. Yeah, roundabout. So let's say I want it to go here all the way to like there. Okay, yeah, 100% return. I'm 72% return, and it's a pretty decent trade. Could I see going further than that? Yeah, especially because there's only resistance at the $5 or $6 mark. So realistically, if this does swing back up, I am looking at, okay, let's say on the open, and then all the way to here, 130%. Yeah, that's around about what I'm looking for the next few days. It is a pretty good position, in my opinion, if it does decide to go, and I believe that it would. Now, it's not doing on a break, and I have two options. Either I buy once it's starting to make that break, which would be in line with that strategy. Or I just buy now, but it's a difference of what, 20 cents? I'd rather wait on confirmation on meds. So I want to keep this posted when I look back. Keep looking at meds, see what it does. I'm really interested in how this is gonna move. Yeah, okay. HYMC, okay, what were you seeing HYMC? We kind of overlooked it, we didn't look too far into this. Now, on the daily, where is it looking for? Okay, there is substantial red volume, so unless it makes... Okay, so this goes all the way to Hive Day. Weekly shoots up, goes up like crazy. IPO is not too far. Volume is not substantial. Heavy resistance on the $2 mark. Yeah, the $2 mark is where it's its heaviest resistance. Now, if it crosses the $2 mark, then you're saying it could go all the way up to... The only nearest resistance would be... what, $6? So you're talking about a potential 3x. That is only if it crosses the... Oh shit, so it's... Yeah, you would have to cross that $3 mark in order for it to go to 6. So that's the only thing that I'm seeing happening in this stock. And I don't really think it's there yet. The momentum doesn't really show this, especially because the volume is not nearly relative at all. It could do that in the open, especially after things that's been happening lately. Because it does seem like the market is favoring towards the open. I mean, it always does, but like there's usually like a substantial amount of... When a market is in a pretty good bear trend, I mean bull trend, there's a pretty good chance that things can move in the pre-market by large percentages. I've seen it happen before, back when I was trading for the first time. Back in my novice days. I'm still technically in my novice days, but back in the early days when I first started it. No. That's the heaviest point of resistance that I'm seeing. Now I want to see what it looked like on the development for... Wait, what days was that? That was March 4th, right? Okay. So it gaps down by what this was. A low of $1.60. Okay, gaps down 50 cents. Falls hard. Hits 28 cents on a really terrible trend. And then it gaps up to 100%. I see. Definitely some sort of resistance. I mean support over here. Jeez, I'm messing up all my words today. Definitely some sort of support over here. Makes a really healthy uptrend. Not relative on this, so that does make sense why it consolidates. We are seeing relative red. That makes sense. So that continues, that relativity continues. That doesn't make sense. I mean, it sort of does because it's small. But it is a doji after all, so a little strange. It does indicate it is leaning towards the downside, just based off of that doji, in my opinion. And then this one as well, and then That one as well. Now, it does indicate that the stock is very, very strange and it does not know where it's going. Now, the only thing I could be looking for, relativity, as I said, is it crossing that $2 mark? It's ultra high, the 270. If it crosses the 270, then sure, it's a good potential to buy in, because then you have your. I'd honestly reference that point as a swing, because this would be market valuation, because it does seem like this is the accumulation phase, because they really did do a lot of accumulating here, especially if you already are holding it at $1.28 and it was at 28 cents. You're still looking at a really nice pretty penny. What's that number exactly, actually? Yeah, you're looking at a 350% return. That's still pretty nice. And with the stock being so fresh and so young, only been around for, what was it, like a few weeks? Since 2018, sorry. Not too long, but 4 years. So it doesn't have too much in its history. Yeah, I'll definitely reference this point, because this is definitely going to be some sort of level, sort of key level area. But it's not, which is the strange part. More of a support than a resistance, but yeah, it definitely doesn't look good right now. Definitely not even on the weekly. On the monthly, it's probably even weirder. Yeah, it's weird as fuck on the monthly as well. So definitely not something that I would be trading anytime soon, I don't think. Now let's go to FR. With the market being so slow, I can really sit down and talk, say what I'm thinking. Also, for those of you that don't know, I do have a watch list page on my other monitor, so I do get to see if some things are moving, but I didn't get to put it in OBS because it's not. It's already illegible, not legible, the words already. So let alone setting up a third screen, you wouldn't be able to understand anything. I'm working on it. If anybody who uses OBS happens to stumble across this video and have any suggestions, please, I would greatly appreciate it, because I do not know how to fix this problem. Not that I've tried very hard to look. I've asked some people who aren't too knowledgeable in OBS, so self-explanatory why it's not working, but damn, this is in a crazy downtrend. I don't have any lines for this chart. Now, the highest volume I could see is at this level, whatever this level is. I also have this to red to show that it is a red level. Support over here. Probably some over here. Sure. Yeah, that seems about right. I'm excluding that large ass thing. Today's a red volume. I see. What is it up today? 21%. Okay, volume is pretty good compared to its all-time high. Market cap is not too high. Not too low either. What am I seeing? This is so ugly on the 30 minute. This looks terrible. But what time does this pull? This pulls after hours. I'll reference the 30 minute. Nothing substantial. Swing high of, if it crosses 155, I guess that would be a good indication for some sort of trade. I'll make it a thin line just to know that much. On the 1 hour, still around about the same. On the daily, we're not seeing anything good. I have 2 alarms set. Interesting. Jeez, the alarm made me tired hearing it. Okay. Sorry about that. This doesn't look favorable in the slightest. The only thing that I'm seeing is that the fact that the volume has been so low lately that it could be such like a short squeeze, sort of. We'll call it a short pull. It's crazy, that alarm fucked me up. We can call it a short pull, but even still with a market cap of 68 million, it doesn't really seem that likely. Well, I do want to set up a volume index on relativity index on my scanner. Okay, so nothing to see on this one. I mean, I'll still put it on because it is one of the daily movers, but there's nothing here to FR. Okay. Nile, what you got? Nile, I've seen this stock like 1,000 times today already. I mean, these past few days, and damn, is this thing going crazy. There's been so much day trading movement in it. Yeah, the average volume went to 10 million. Like, on a market cap this small, this stock just looks terrible. The crazy part is, like, this is the part that's like amusing me right now. Is that, like, you could tell that the volume is so high. Like, how does that gap up on heavy red volume? That's how you know that it was a squeeze. Volume goes to 200 million. I'm gonna set an alert, but also I wanted to set up alerts not on normal Webull because these suck. I wanted to set alerts on Thinkorswim. But yeah, like, it's increasing red volume, yet it's going up. How is that possible? How is that possible? Understand how crazy that is? This thing is just supposed to plummet out the skies, but it's already at 82 cents. How far can it possibly go down? It's just such a good short squeeze candidate. That's why it went up like crazy. Like, this is just hilarious. Like, literally gaps up. What is that? No, let's find out exactly. From here to here. Yeah, it gaps up 27%, almost 28% on red volume. What? Like, that's crazy. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna set up. We're gonna do charts, then we're gonna do detach. You guys won't be seeing this, but I will be, and that's all that matters. Nile, right? Okay, so we wanted to have an alert set up for what price range when it crosses. High of a, okay, so we'll say $1. Set alert, there you go. Okay, alert was set. Alert was set. I should get the notification if it does ever cross. And if it does and I don't get the notification, I will be very upset. For that very reason. Ooh, I kind of like the volume profile, but I don't have enough monitors for that. So what I was thinking was, yeah, I can keep this in the corner for now. On the bottom, right? So, okay, fine. I'll set it up. Today, the only thing that I want to do that is beneficial towards trading outside of this is watch film. That is it. That is my only task. That is my only job. That's all I wanted. This is all I'm going to do. And I wanted to watch film. I don't even remember what class. I believe it was ELA. Yeah. It was ELA. That's what it was. Okay. I want to see if I can pin this to top. I could have sworn I thought I heard my phone ring. Something's up. No. Okay, so I guess I can't bring that above. Whatever. So Nile, absolutely nothing on you. It does gap up today, I guess. What time? 4 a.m. A really good indication is that if I can set up a scanner for gap up stocks, and like for it to notify me quickly, then that's a pretty good chance for trading. Who else do I have? VEON. VEON. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We are seeing substantial gap downs over the course of like 5 days. The volume today is really, wow. It has almost $1 billion market cap, and I remember this stock because it was moving like crazy a few days ago. Was it? Something like that. I believe it was this. I traded this, I believe. I'm still hungry. It was the stock. Okay, so this was the huge stock, and I'm not going to continue looking into this because it is huge. No, Sundial. MU outline. Okay, looks decent on that 1 hour. And it looks terrible on the daily. Okay. Volume looks terrible. Now, what is the trend indicating? What are we seeing here? Is this relative? Sort of. Is this relative? Yeah. More or less. Yeah. So it's going to continue going down. Okay, well that answers all my questions there. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, then you look at the So this should be the 30 minute. That should be the 5, yeah, or the 15. No, keep it at the 15. I'm not seeing anything outstanding, so I'm going to go before my brain melts. I'm going to go and eat something. Again, we've been trading for about 30 minutes now. Nice in the process. I think this has been a really good session so far. So I'm going to write down that I want to go eat. Oh, nausea, tiredness. That's an interesting feeling. Now I will set up my phone to have my alerts on in case something does happen. So I always do get the alerts. And I will come as soon as it's needed. I also want to turn off other scanners. Yeah, because what's this heavy resistance? So how's it still going? What is it, an overextension? You're gonna free fall. Watch. I'm gonna sit here just to watch this thing free fall. So there is no volume to be relative. Oh. Okay, I will be back, everybody. Goodbye for now. Turns out I'm coming back a lot later. It's 8 o'clock. I have to go, kind of, and I don't have. I didn't identify anything to actively trade. Things are moving at the 8 o'clock. Yeah, we're in the nick of time, but there is nothing for me to trade as I see here. So I will end it off here. This was a pretty good session, and I'll see you all later.